Yo, 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 what's happening? It is Bro Daddy here, and we are doing a painting for you tonight. We are going to make a beautiful heart sunset landscape out in the Midwest, and inspired by a lot of things, inspired by some of the love amongst some family members who are getting married. As inspired by a painting I made for the lovely Saraland Productions in 2020. Thinking about all the love people spend on their road trips. Thinking about the crazy situation we had with Petito and Laundry, and just as a reminder, everybody that loves should conquer all. So we are going to be making a wonderful, wonderful heart landscape tonight, and we're going to talk about the basics of how to get these colors in here. There's a little bit of some technical stuff going on. I might do a little bit of touching up along my side to get some more perfection out of my heart. But one of the things we want to think about when we think about love is it's not always about perfection. It's just about having grace in your heart and doing the best you can, appreciating what you have, and following your dreams as best as you can. So live, laugh, love, like, subscribe, comment, and I hope you all get out the old brushes and paint along with me. So let's get into the creation station and check it out. All right, well, welcome to the creation station, and we have our landscape palette here, and we are going to be working vertically, portrait orientation, which is a little unorthodox for a landscape. And we've got these wonderful watercolors that we're going to be using, some yellows, red, some blues, some black and white, some greens and browns that we're going to put in here. So we're going to just go ahead and get started with our 1-inch brush. And what we're going to do is we're just going to we're going to take a little bit of white and a touch of black. I'm just going to really mix that in together on our palette and make just a really nice light gray here. All right, and so what we're going to do is we're going to sort of outline this kind of heart shape. Okay, so just going to sort of outline like that. Okay, hold down in, and then we're just going to kind of pull it out. All right, so we're going to take that and just kind of pull it outward. This is going to become sort of our night sky around our beautiful, beautiful sunset. We don't want to pull it inward, but we do want to kind of bring that out there and get just a little bit more. Okay, and we're just going to sort of start creating a nice little reflection down here at the bottom, and that's going to become our body of water. So we're going to go ahead and get a little water on our brush. All right, get that nice and clean, nice and loose, and we're going to go ahead and go with our lightest color, setting towards the bottom, and that's going to be our yellow, and we're just going to kind of spread that out into our work like so, and then we're just going to go and just drag some into the bottom, and spread back and forth, kind of move it there, and get a little bit more. Okay, get a really rich towards the bottom. I'm just going to kind of just let it flow as it goes towards the top. Real nice, rich movement. All right, one more touch. Really kind of liven it up at the bottom and just sort of leave it like that. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of our lighter red color and just sort of spread that out on the palette here, and just sort of work that into our yellow, work it up a little bit, work it down, work it up a little bit, and go some of that reflection in there. Really kind of dry that brush off good, and just sort of work it into the yellow. All right, just like that. And I get some subtle tones in there. And you can start to see you get it mixing a good bit. And then we'll go ahead and take our darker red and just kind of mix that across. Okay, like so. All right, get that darker red in there. And then we can start mixing it into our light so we can see that sort of fade and transition. And we're going to take our darker red and just kind of darken that top. Darken that top right up there and get that nice little blend in and get a little bit of that down at the bottom. Okay, so our next step is we're going to go ahead and take some of our blue, mix it in with our white here. A little more white. And then we're going to take that, and we're just going to kind of blend in with our gray here. Blend in with that gray, and we'll notice it'll get a little bit darker and turn kind of purple up top, which is exactly what we're looking for. All right, so get some of that blue kind of blend in, pulling it into our yellow and gray areas, and then all across the top. All right, so get a little bit more of that. Okay, I'll work it. All right, some at the bottom right here. That lighter color. Blend it out. All right, a little bit more. And then we'll work some more in there, and a little bit working here, kind of fixing some of those empty spots and just pulling it out, pulling it out, pulling it out. Pulling it out here, touch of water, a little bit more of that blue down here. Pulling it out, pulling it out, pulling it out. Pulling it out across here. Now we can see it's starting to get some of that nice deep red, some of that purple mixing in there. Okay. Got a little dark blue we're going to mix in there. We're always blending it on our palette. Run that across. Run that across. We're going to come back to that. What we're going to do is we're just going to kind of fill in this area here. It's going to become our body of water. Just sort of fill that in. Okay, we're getting a little bit of the lightness of color, so when we come back and add our texture, it's going to be enhanced by that. Now we're working our edge. Working our edge, getting into that blue. That richness is kind of helping the paint come to life a little bit. All right, pulling it out, pulling it out. And as we pull it out, some of those subtle colors start to kind of come into play. All right, and pretty soon we're going to start switching brushes out here. We've got all of our big stuff. All right, we're going to take this brush, there's a little tap of yellow, top of yellow. Top of that. There we go. Top of that. All right, our yellow in there. Now, what we're gonna start doing is we're gonna take our fine point brush. I'm just gonna do a little blending here. Ever so subtle. Ever so subtle. Pulling it out. Kind of pulling it out. There we go. We're starting to get some of that color pulled out there. All right. Kind of pulling it out. Really bringing it together here. Really bringing it together. All right. And you can see it's starting to come to life with that brush. So I got that nice fade of color there. One thing you can do is just kind of get it out there with our finger. Get that brush pulling out. Really get that brush pulling out. All right, that's doing a great job. Okay, all right, so got that subtle bit of color. And now we're gonna start building up some of the landscape around it. Got a little light brown, all right? And we're gonna kind of keep that along the edge, and we're just gonna kind of start a little edge there, okay? And take that light brown and kind of work it towards the edge this way. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a little bit of white in there. I'm just going to kind of add some highlights, just kind of in between everything. Get a little highlights in there. All right, some little highlights. All right, get a little darker brown, and build up some of that landscape, if you will, and you can kind of decide how you want that to look. We're going to be laying on top of it, so it's okay if it's not fully opaque. Really, you might wish for it to be finished. Okay, we're going to kind of build a little hill up here, a little love mountain. Okay, and we're going to go up to the side a little bit there. All right, lovely. Got a little bit more of that happening. And back and forth, sort of filling in that dirt as we want it to look. All right, and we're working that right on up in there. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to take one of our fine points. We're going to get a little black and a little brown. We're just going to kind of get those colors, work nice in there. We're going to take our brush and get it down to a point and just start kind of building up trees. Okay? If the point's not how you want it to be, add a little water. Get that point kind of drawn up. And we're going to have them kind of expand as they go out. Expand a good bit. Okay. All right. A little bit more here. Here. that, and boom, perfect. All right, so wouldn't be a nifty little work of art if we weren't putting a little foliage down here. We've got a little foliage going on along the edge, and some river grass. Bigger strokes towards the front, maybe a little bit more happening. A little bit brighter in the front if you want. Okay, simple strokes, all right, not overdoing it. We just want to give the essence of a little foliage that might be happening there along the edge. Just kind of something like that. A little pussy willows, you know. So maybe we'll leave a little opening in the center for our little lovelies. All right, and throw a little touch of red in there. Ooh, that'll kind of mimic the reflection in some ways. Get a little bit more kind of going along into the front, and then silhouette. Here, some nice little colors, just like that. All right. Oh, very nice. Get a little hint of yellow. Yeah, have some balance of where it's light and where it's dark. All right, so now we are going to take our lovely fan brush, a little brown, green, and the way this is going to work is we're going to start just kind of working our little trees and down like that. All right, and a little bit more. Maybe a little bit brighter on this one. All right, brown here. Kind of light one in the front. Darker in the back. Okay, kind of a little touch of the brush here. A touch of the green. Okay. Just a little bit darker towards the back. All right, there we go. Very nice, very nice. I'm just gonna kind of get little bits of highlights going here. And highlights, I'm just gonna kind of tap over some of my spots that look a little bit empty. Just like that. All right, so we have some lovely trees going on down in the front. Okay, now I'm going to also get a little bit more white here for a special effect. Okay, I'm going to take our larger brush and kind of got a little light going in our sky. Yeah, like a little sparkle. Kind of showing some of that beautiful stars at night on where you could kind of see those reflections. Okay, so we have this wonderful little reflection in the pool. And then, you know, sometimes I just like to go back. I just want to add one more touch to kind of brighten some things up a little bit. And so we're going to do just a light bit more yellow if we could. Give me 1 second to get some more yellow out. All right, you can always add, never hurt to have a little highlight at the end, so to speak. And we'll add a little bit of white into that. So as we get into some of our trees, a little touch of highlight, just a little touch. Just gonna kind of go in there.